All right, welcome back. Yesterday we started talking about quite a few things, and one of those big things was electromagnetic waves. And one of the thoughts that I mentioned was how the Earth is actually protected from quite a few of those electromagnetic waves. It's protected by what we call the magnetosphere, which is a magnetic field that goes around the Earth. Before we get into too much detail about that, I just want to talk about basic magnets. What basic magnets have shown us is that through the movement of electrons and charges, we can create something that makes an electrostatic bond from north to south. So this is the idea of opposites attract that we've heard about our entire lives. No matter what, magnets will always bind north to south. But this idea goes further than just that. The attraction between them creates a field. You see these purple lines on the board go from the north to the south end at all times. And this creates an invisible magnetic field around the magnet. And that magnetic field is what pulls in a magnet. If you have them far apart and you see that you slowly get them together and then poof, they jump together, it's this field that causes that to happen. Now importantly, if you were to take a magnet and cut it in half, it would create a new north and south end. Now that's important because when we look at the Earth and what's happening in the Earth and how that's caused, then we start to understand the infinite bounds of our magnetic field. So the theory about the Earth's magnetic field comes from the idea of the dynamo theory. Yes, the dynamo theory. And what that states is that the Earth's core, which are liquid metal, there's the inner and the outer core, are spinning around each other at different speeds. Now one thing you'll learn in chemistry is that when you have two metals that are superheated and rotating around each other, what they're going to do is cause friction and the interaction of electrons. That creates what we call an electrostatic force. When you have this electricity created, it creates a magnetic field within it as well. So what we see here is that within those spinning cores in the center of the Earth, a magnetic field is created that protects us from things like solar wind, which is intense heated particles that are positively charged from the sun, as well as those electromagnetic waves that we discussed in the last lecture. So let's go through that one more time. Magnets have two sides, north and south. Field lines, or a magnetic field, travels from the north end to the south end, which is how we create that attractive force that we see when we play with magnets. If you cut a magnet in half, it will recreate the north and south ends. To understand how the magnetosphere of the Earth protects us from things from outer space like intensely positively charged atoms, as well as electromagnetic waves, we need to understand that the Earth's core is constantly spinning hot metal. That hot metal creates a magnetic field that still goes north to south and allows for us to have a shield around us that keeps us safe from things like solar wind as well as electromagnetic waves, which plays a big role when we talk about environmental science, renewable energies, as well as how we function on a day-to-day basis.